cloudy mornings, I have to basically AF lock everything. It just keeps going out of focus. I can't handle these backgrounds for some reason. I probably need to restart my phones again. But good morning, everybody. It is day off. It is hump day. It is day 2501. Hopefully I'll have a little better day, but of course these two are already starting off to wrap me up. It's supposed to be raining today. Not supposed to be very, very nice, I guess. We shall see. Oh, did go to bed around 11:30 last night. Just couldn't keep my eyes open anymore. And actually, just, I don't know, the TV and the MacBook were not getting along, so I actually just pulled the MacBook literally off everything and had an update, did that, and then edited it just on the MacBook for the first time in forever since, I don't know, when we did our trip to New Jersey to the shore. Of course, I did for a little while afterwards, but it was alright. Short video didn't really matter, but any long, intensive video where I'm trying to pay attention to detail, that bigger screen helps. So, get these guys out for a little walkie walk, and then, yeah, I don't know what the day brings. Like I said, I gotta try to call and get her an appointment to the vet, but I gotta take Terry's car at this point. I still haven't heard from them. Obviously, it's only like 7:28 in the morning, so too early for them anyway. Oh. Hi guys, good morning puppy pups. Huh? Good morning, yay! Everybody slept pretty good. Of course, they love to hear noises, people getting ready for work and start barking. Woke me up at 6:30 out of a sound sleep. I thought Terry was home. I was an hour off. And just for shits and giggles, I was trying to figure out how to make the Windows disk, and I was going to pay for it, but apparently there's a free way of doing it on MacBooks. So, we shall see how this works. Then I don't know if I'm going to have access to my files on the Mac. I might have to re-download my NASCAR stuff and start over there, but concept is I'd have my full graphics card, because this thing is decked out. I went with the highest, I think it's an AMD. I don't know, I'll have to look at it again. It has been, I called the dealership, left a message with the, not the tech, but the guy at the counter to call me back, you know, what's going on with my car, and it's been a good hour, maybe longer, so I don't know. At some point I am going to go see my mom. Tomorrow is her birthday, and my sister's, actually. They have the same birthday. Isn't that crazy? You know, the one thing that's weird is, the one step it didn't ask me is where I'm installing Windows from. Must automatically known, because that was one step that I was watching on the video that it did not ask. So, I don't know. We shall see here shortly. But, yeah, I was watching Soundhead Entertainment. He was running Wreckfest and NASCAR Heat. And it's like, been watching, you know, all these different racing videos and stuff, and it's like, you know what? If I can get this thing to work, I'm not going to do iRacing. iRacing is just too expensive, and I just don't have time to invest that kind of money, but if I can do things for free, that's the way to do it. So, we'll see how this works. And when you look outside, you kind of realize why I'm really not interested in being outside. Because it's crappier than crappy out there. And I think it's crappier than what they even said it was going to be. Well, of course it failed the first time. I am going to give it one more go here. I think if my MacBook ever decides to fire back up, the progress bar seems to be not going anywhere. I did get back to Mac mode, but there it goes. Alright. Give this thing one more shot. If it errors out again, I'm not going to do this. But that was weird. Got part way, and during the restart it shut off, and then it restart, and then all of a sudden, like, I don't know, a minute later it did. Okay, so interesting to note is the fact that it already knows that I have this downloaded, because that was a step that was missing that it didn't show me. But now that I look at it a second time around, I'm not going to touch it this time. I'm going to let it do its thing, because it has to do all kinds of little stuff behind it, and I think I goofed it up, so we'll see if it works this time around. But go over here. So Daniel About Tech is the channel I'm watching the video on how to do this. It is from 2020, early 2020, so it's a little over a year old, so some things may have changed, but we'll see how this works for me. case anybody else is interested. Yay! This time it worked. It started up a lot faster this time too. Okay. Actually, no, I think I got to this point before. It's the next restart. Apparently it doesn't have my keyboard or anything in it. Okay, so then you're going to say, let me zoom in here quick. I don't have a product key because this was a free version of Windows 10. And then it wants you to select a version. He said he could select Pro. So what the hell, we'll select the Pro version. It's truly crazy on how well an iPhone films a screen. I accept licensing. Only doing this to run a freaking like 17, 18-year-old NASCAR game. The only reason I'm doing this. Seeing as that I have an 8 terabyte hard drive, I gave it 102 gigs for Windows. It was recommending 42, so I a little over doubled what it recommended. I just want to make sure I have room going forward, because I don't know what happens if you were to actually run that drive out of space. But I don't really plan on putting a whole bunch on there. And I don't think, like I said earlier, that I'm going to have access to any of my files that are in the Mac drive and in the Parallels drive. It kind of pisses me off to find out there was a free version of all this. I didn't even have to freaking do the virtual thing, and I will not be updating it again next year as long as I get this working. But I do need to get some canned air and get the thing blown out. You notice too, I have it on this wire stand. My MacBook still gets quite warm, even being on that wired stand. But there is air able to come up from underneath. I was actually thinking about maybe getting a fan and zip tying it underneath and blowing cooler air on it, because this thing still gets quite warm considering it's not sitting on a solid surface. Princess is totally interested in the happenings of today by snoozing out. I was laying down for a little bit watching Soundhead Entertainment, and she took my spot when I got up. Alright, well, this restart was a hell of a lot quicker. Before it just like shut down and just stayed off. Eventually did reboot, but normally it flashes one time and then it'd come up and say that it could not install. There's the flash off. Back up. Starting Windows services. I did not get that last time. Getting devices ready. Yay! Got some more updates to do, drivers and whatnot for Windows from the Mac. This is going to be hopefully better. That I'll have access to my full power of this very expensive MacBook. Please note, this is after 6 years. I had my first MacBook I had was fully decked out at the time of 2013, and then if you guys were watching along the way, I did get the 15-inch, which I still have. I had a 256 I'd bought brand new from Best Buy. Didn't have enough storage, and then traded it up when I went to see my dad the one time to a 512, but it just didn't have the internals to do what I'm doing with the high-end cameras and stuff and HDR, which I have not been filming in again. But there's no way that computer would at 512. Shit, I'm doing that in a vlog, to be honest with you. It feels like some days. So when I had the money from my 401, I made the investment into going with the MacBook I really felt was going to be the best for me. And after talking to many people, the only thing I did not deck out was the megahertz. It is a 2.3, now the 2.4. Everybody's like, that is not going to, you're not going to see any performance out of that. And it was like an extra $200. I said it's not worth it. But it is a 64 gig, 8 terabyte, and I think I forget what my graphics is. It's ridiculous. So, and it's 16-inch. It's been a badass computer since I got it. I mean, normal standard HD footage I put in, rendering time is like 2 to 3 seconds. HDR, that takes a little bit longer. Well, we're one more screen into this thing. It just did another restart. Still giving me some just the moment things, but screens are progressing. Okay, so now we gotta select our region, United States, yes, just a moment. The only thing that I have not gotten back yet is my output. Okay, now what's it asking me here? US, yes. Add a second keyboard layout. Skip. Hopefully, when I connect my other keyboard, I get back my... Okay, that is connect. And your security network code. You'll have limited data plan. What? Oh, if. Alright, what's next here? Next. Alright. Now we have some important setup to do. Alrighty. Since I'm doing this process, I figured I'd just run through it with you guys, in case anybody's interested, so you kind of have an idea what screens are going to pop up. So right now it's just doing its, just the moment. Set up for personal use. Yes, because he said if you set it up for... This is one of the things set up for personal use. Where's my cursor? And by the way, my trackpad did start coming back on now. So it is connecting to my keyboard and stuff so far. Alright, email, add your account. Oh dear God. You know what? Let's create an account, because I haven't had one in a while. Alrighty, what do I want to do? Create a PIN. Security PIN to sign in. Okay, PIN created. And for right now, we'll just keep all this on. I'm sure you can disable stuff later if you want to. It's all the privacy settings. And remind me later, what is this? Use your phone from your PC. Make calls in your pocket when a phone rings. After you finish setting up your PC, you'll be asked a companion app on your phone. Okay, I don't see... I see remind me later, and I see skip. I don't say okay. I don't know. Well, it said hi. Now we're getting everything ready for you. And there's going to be some downloads yet to do after I get it in there. But, yay, we're getting there. I don't know, the second go around, maybe 15 minutes so far since I've gotten it. So, 20 minutes at the most. It hasn't even been too long. But, like I said, my keyboard and stuff somewhat work right now. Of course, it hasn't downloaded all the drivers and stuff yet either, so, but I do have my other keyboard that has the pause button on it that is so important with my NASCAR games, so I can actually pause, go to the bathroom, get a drink, do all that stuff, come back and resume the game, which one of the things that did not work in virtual, in Parallels. I should have, let me go back once here. So when you come up, when you do get back in there, it'll give you this nice little welcome. Bootcamp installer will guide you through necessary, say install, accept, and install, and there it goes. It's evaluating what it needs, and it's going to install the drivers and whatnot it needs. Well, stopped over in the bathroom, next thing I know, my TV's back on, so okay, it has finished. And it's going to restart, and that's not working. Alright, so let's do finish. Hopefully it looks a little better than that once it comes all the way back up. But, because the graphics are a little weak. I have every freaking thing turned on. And, yeah, I think this is working better. Because I was getting like, 29, 30 frames per second, not 145. I gotta take off that stupid line thing yet, though. I kind of have it working. I got the NASCAR game installed, and I ran a couple of practice laps at Kentucky, and then when I went to race, my steering didn't function anywhere near right. So I don't know what happened, but I'm gonna play around with it here. Princess was bugging me to go out and go potty quick, so how to do that after I wrecked it. So we're gonna try one more time here. But it is going for 1:30, so I gotta get myself moving if we're gonna go over and see Mom for a little bit. And I'm just going to take her along with me, put her in Terry's car. And yeah, still nothing from the dealer. Alright, well, Priya and I are back from my mom's. It was a little after 2 when we left, and it's 5 o'clock now. Nice little visit. Priya was a very good girl for the most part. Let my mom actually pet her, and she gave her some Honey Nut Cheerios, which made her her best friend for a little while. And then Priya and I proceeded to run around the yard, which was hilarious. Seeing that dog run. Seeing me run would have been a treat to watch too, but I didn't bother taking the camera in with me, so. I'm home now. Just gave them dinner, and then I'm gonna have some pumpernickel bread and dip. That's gonna be my dinner. Come on, Mateo. Come on. Come on, little man. Let's go. I gotta get my stuff out of the car so I can have dinner. Yeah. Bring my stale bread and my spinach dip. So I mentioned earlier I was going to Kentucky Speedway. I got things working. When I was in the pack, the frame rate did drop back down into the 40s, I think, maybe a little lower. But I wasn't in there very long. Got back out, I got out front, and then last lap, I got wrecked by lap traffic and wiped out. So that sucked, but first race back into the game where I actually was successful for the most part. Of course, they weren't, tuned up real high. I let it on auto, and they had them down like 70%. It was too slow. I was running them over. Well, the good news is I did get the game running, and we are running a pretty damn good frame rate. Of course, I am running all the way at 27th position, and beer bottle in the way. Leaders are catching me. I am not doing good in IndyCar at Watkins Glen, but I didn't do too good at Bristol either with the stop car. It's been a little bit of a struggle, but hey, game is running, and steering. I got the old keyboard up and mouse, so we're doing good. We're doing good. We got it back and working. I'm still getting stuff downloaded to it. Oh, the only thing I've eaten today was, well, she made eggs and hash browns this morning, and I had the rest of the pumpernickel bread and dip. So I am making myself up some veggie pasta right now. Swirls that I got at Sam's Club a while back. Had a little bit left in a container and a bag of it. It's just Member's Mark garden rigatini or rotini. Yeah, garden rotini. Yummy for me. I like it. Terry's not such a big fan, so I'm trying to get it finished up. I might get it again anyway because I do like it. So this thing should start boiling pretty soon. It's been one of those kind of days, guys. Rainy, and it is getting colder. It is supposed to go down into the 40s tonight. So I'm on the fence. I think what I'm going to do tonight is get this cooked up and eat, race a little bit more, try to import. It's already 9:30. I think I'm going to set all the alarms in the world and just lay back on the recliner so I don't, really get too sleepy, because I really have to get up by at least 4 o'clock to get out of here by 4:30, 20 of 5. So I can get into work and get started with the cash recycler's audit. So I'm going to have to pull some drawers out ahead of time so that 7 o'clock hits. If I'm still doing it, I'm in good shape. So thank you very much for watching. I know today's video was kind of another off one. Just not feeling myself, been worried about my car a little bit. I think at this point, the only thing I can think in my brain is either two things. Either they didn't have time to look at it again, or they're letting it sit to see if they can recreate the issue, because we can't recreate it. That's the weird part. Once it starts, if the battery was completely dead, it should not restart again, and it has been. So I think they're a little bit baffled. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. See you in the morning. Good night.